Well, here we go. Second week in the second round, and good God, what have you lads gone and done? Well, we're going to review what broke down in this week here and start taking a look at what's going to take for some of you teams to dig yourselves out of the holes you've gotten into. Let's get it all started here. Now, we're going to start it off with the Hooligan division of all things in here, because this is one division where it's all still wide fucking open. So this is what we're going to start taking a look at these teams here as what's transpired in week number 2. Now remember, Hooligan division, only one fucking team comes out of this one. So it's very critical how these teams fight it on here. Bone Street Crew here, the Khemri firm. Again, they don't know how the fuck they got here. And now you're starting to see why maybe they're here. Tomb Mighty Blow, but they got Tomb Guardian out for a miss next game. That's going to definitely hurt in the next matchup here. A phenomenal developed crew here. Both throw rows, of course, as you can see here. Great skilling up. He's got the Blitz rows. Again, great skilling up. The fact he's got one of the Blodge Dynamite here. And, of course, he's got the one kicker on the Skeletons. 3 team rerolls, 8 fan factor. I do expect better things out of you, lad. I 100% expect better things out of you. Now let's go and take a look at Dummy Thick here. And of course, yes, the Havlings, the most beloved team in this league. Beloved with a fist many times over. Let's take a look. The trees are all back in shape here. You're seeing the compounding problem he's got. He's got players he can't fire. And of course, the other Blodge, dead. He's gone indeed. So he's only got the one skilled Havling. 890 KV, the fan factor's still dropping. Remember, that used to be higher. It's going down, down, down. But he's still in any given Sunday game. It's still interesting. He's still not out of it there. Maybe he's just waiting for that extra Unicef Qua to go on. Now, Finhell. Oh, the Ogres. They finally had the day, didn't they? Here, let's take a look at this Ogre firm here. He's now got the 5 Ogres and immediately strong arm. That was fucking quick. That was really fucking quick. And you can see what he's going to make now. He's got a crippled Nobbler assembly. They are totally crippled. He's got the one superstar. He's going to keep him alive because that's his one superstar. The rest of them crippled. Doesn't care. Only the 2 T rerolls. I know that's slow, but he can't afford any more. He needs more knobs. 1 fan factor, 1 apothecary. It ain't ever till the fat Aveling dies. I tell you that. And then, of course, the Nurgle firm. Well, let's go and take a look what's going on with this firm here. Again, you're in the Hooligan division, lad. This is where you could shine, finally. There's no pressure in this division. There really ever is. A strength 5. Really? You might want to look out for this lad. Maybe he's got something underneath the hood there. And you can see the rest of the development. Oh, even a Blodge Nurgle warrior. This is a phenomenal crew of Nurgle warriors there. But he's in Hooligan division. Well, maybe this is what he needs to get out of the Hooligan division and get to the playoffs there. And the pest scores, as you can see, they're getting rubbled. Again, permanent injury, strength decrease. So he's pretty much out of this league. And then, of course, you can see the rest of the firm there. The Rodder, the only Rodder he's got left. Yay. You can see another Pestigore he's brought in to go and join the rest of the Pestigore crew. And, of course, you know, Fluffy, Bright Tackle, works with his skill there. 2 rerolls, 1 fan factor. He's got a team that can do it, but again, he's been having a lot of nuffling. And then, of course, let's go and look at the nice little surprise coming out of this division so far. The Skaven firm that's ended up here. The Gooder Boys. And once again, they're doing well. They're doing well. He's getting some nice skill ups here with Blodge, Sidestep. He's got the 1 cripple. That's alright. As long as he doesn't get hit, he's fine, right? That's the plan anyway there. And now he's finally starting to get a couple of nice little skill ups. He's got a skill up here, hit, advice. Kick. That's what you buy for this. Unless you roll something weird, that buys kick, because that will supplement the rest of your team. Alright? Kick. Worst case scenario, buys wrestle. Alright? But kick. That is what this one skill up is really here. 3 rerolls, Apothecary, the 1 fan factor. You're starting to see the problems here. We don't care about you bastards. So let's take a look here what happened in week number 2. Because that was a great week. The Gooder Boys, they got their free win. They'll take it. And they're off and running. That was their free win. They'll take it now. Khemri got a key win. 100% cannot display that anymore. That was important. That was vital. They needed that. And meanwhile, that was the game of the week for the Hooligan division, and the Ogres came through. As you saw, they would have done Yorick proud. How crazy that game was. 2-0. Halflings are still trying to figure out what the fuck happened there. It's because he left all the cell phones on the desk. He definitely did. He turned them off, turned off the cell towers. Look that one up. That is a good key play. So you can see the good old boys on top of the division, but they've taken the free win. So now it's all hardball all the way. Can you stay on top? I'm looking forward to see if you can do it there. Kemri, that was a win you absolutely needed. 1-1. You're in good standing there. You're looking fine there. Fenhel, that again was a critical win. It looks good. Now you just got to keep the momentum up there for 3 more games. You can do it. I can believe in you there. Nurgle. Here's Nurgle's problem. He's had his free win already. So he's got 3 more games. You're in the middle of the pack. It's where you want to be. Just got to hang on. You've got the team that can do it. It's all about positioning. I can never stress that enough. It's about positioning. Once you master that, you're really going to be a star BBPN coach. And of course, the Halflings. That's always been a tough one, isn't it? It's always a tough one to discuss. He's proven that he's definitely a crew that's any given Sunday. And you saw his game. The luck was all on one side that game, and it certainly wasn't his, so it's a loss. But he does have a free win coming up. Because let's take a look here at the schedule here. What is coming up for week number 3 here? Well, look, guess what the Ogres get? They get a freebie. So the Ogres are now going to have 2 fucking wins. They're looking great here. Dummy thick, you've got the Nurgle team. Both of you, that is a must win. For both of you, that is a must win. Let's see how you do. Good luck there. And then, of course, this is the crazy game of them all here. The Kemri versus Skaven. Skaven, your key to winning that game? Build Bexley's speed, exploit it, run, and did I mention run? But the Kemri team, we know how talented that coach is. He might just have a counter for you there if you start. And his key might be making you run out of players. Well, we'll see how that really works out. All right, so that is Hooligan Division summed up in a nutshell. Great way to start things off here. Let's take a look who we've got next. And now we come to the Jordell division there. And again, it's been an interesting week too here. Let's go and review the teams. Go again. You can tell I had a lot of scorching whiskey today. Bravo, lads. Bravo. Alright, first the star of the show. Let's face it, he's the star right now. Phantom Dodge Duelers, the Pro Elves that just do not stop. However, yeah, you're noticing something, aren't they? They're starting to have a few gaps here. They're starting to take casualties, lads. Slowly but surely, the grind has started. And it's also, you can see, starting to affect his playstyle because he's already trying to look ahead for playoffs. Because look at this firm here. AG5. A huge potential of good skills there. More guard there. Strong arm thrower there. More blodging going on with the extra catches there. And continuing on and on and on. He's got the 2 really good linemen there. The new catch he's trying to develop here. Why? Because he's realizing what's starting to happen. Like I said, casualties have started to happen there. 3 rerolls, Apothecary, 8 fan factor. He is still the man who's probably going to win this division here. Can anyone stop him? Well, if anyone, it's going to be the rest of you lot here. And let's go and take a look at the Warp Cheese Getters here. Another Underworld firm, again, in high spirits. They're hoping to do better. They really are helping to do better. It's so far, they've stumbled a few times, but they could probably pull it back. Speaking of, let's take a look at the firm here. Troll. You gotta hurry up and get him a skill here, lad. You gotta get him a skill, because your blitzers, they're doing the job. Storm Vermin indeed. Another one's on the key cusp here. And of course the thrower, he's got block, Nose Bryce here. And then the Gobbos, well, you got one with Big Hand. That's the critical one there in the team. The other one, he's got Guard. Dirty player, son. Dirty player. Anyway, fine. 1 reroll, 4 fan factor, no Apothecary. He never bothers healing them anyway there, so this might explain a few things about this firm. Anyway, next up, the Gozards. Like I said, this second round might be your key here to finally figuring out what makes your luggage tick here. Let's take a look here. Well, these fantastic Crocstar here is doing good. As you've seen here, the sources continue. Strength to strength 2 strength. He's about to get the last one to pop over, and then look out, lads, look out. And you can already see, because they got blocked, gee, notice how the SBP have vastly improved. The instant he broke block, he's breaking everything else. And that's delightful to see. As the Skinks, well, the ball carrier's out for a while. Again, he's always the fucking target, isn't he? He's always the fucking target. But looks like the rest of the team's carrying out there. You've now got Mr. Diving Tickle. 5 Fan Factor, Apothecary, 3 rolls. You're on your strut there, lad. You're on your strut. Maybe, just maybe, you could be a threat going all the way into the playoffs. Meanwhile, Dead Pirate, roll no skull here. Yeah, another one of those fantastic necro firms here. Taking a look at the werewolves. Nothing really wrong with them here. The flesh golems, well, you can see this is what happens when you have an early casualty just before you get into the round there. He's had to replace it, and it's working its business. The white's doing great. No problem. Both God fits his play style fantastically there. And then the ghouls. Well, the ghouls have now become an awkward problem, haven't they? But that's the nature of the ghouls. It really is. You'll never get around that. He's got a zombie with a skill up here. Kick. Looking to kick. Alright, I usually praise that skill quite a bit. Kick gives you a lot of flexibility of where the ball is going. And if you've got a team, especially it's got Bill Bexley speed here, like these werewolves and the ghoul friends, you can do it. 3 rerolls, 6 fan factor. It's going to be coming down what his next matchup is. Alright, now the man who just does not disappoint ever. Hammer time in the fend request here. The Bretonians that just do not know what the word quit means. No, really, they don't. None of them can fucking read. Anyway, carrying on here. Lyman, he doesn't have peasants. We've said this before. He needs peasants. He's never going to buy them at this rate, but he needs fucking peasants. But then look at the Blitzer Corps. After its shoddy first round, this round, they have now become the shining beacons of noble light. They're living up to their bloody reputations. AG4 fan fucking tastic there. The Blodge with the tackle. The other one's the Blodge here. Now, problem. Normally, I'd say another one wants to get sure hands, but since you got the AG4, you've got that kind of under control here, so not urgent. It's really not. You decide as you go on there. And of course, yes, the yeomen doing what yeomen do, and they're starting to carry the team there. That's a natural there. Finally buys a guard there. But he's got the one. I don't blame you. You rolled a double white wasted. It's a good choice there. 2 rerolls, Apothecary, fan factor. Either you're saving up for the 3rd reroll, which I don't blame you for, because 3 is a good number here. 3 is good. Or you're finally going to have to start knuckling down and buying some fucking peasants here, because you need padding. But, I don't know, you seem to be getting some performance out of your team here, so maybe it's the Griff of your team. Well, we'll see. And then last, but sorely not least, yep, the Sovereign. You were supposed to be the Kingmaker. You were the chosen one. And what happened? Well, let's take a look at the team and try and figure this one out here. Again, he's got the Great Fluffy who is stalled. No, seriously, he's gone to this point here. Absolutely great development, and then he's totally stalled. Alright, well, why is he stalled? Well, let's take a look at the Nurgle Warriors. Well, you can see there's part of his problem there. He's had to replace Warriors. He's got 2 of them back up. When the other Nurgle team has better skill ups than you do, you know something's going wrong here, and he's in the Hooligan division. Meanwhile, over here, Pestigors. Well, again, we've had this discussion before. He's had to replace every Pestigor on this team. It decay. It's like a drug you can't get out of. In this case, Pestigors don't have decay. Let alone anyone else. Doesn't stop them acting like it. And I can see where the coach is a little upset about that part. And as for the Rotters, there's nothing wrong with your Rotter core. The fact that one's had to become your ball carrier tells you how the season's going. Yep, he's had to change stride and try and figure out what's wrong with his team. 5 fan factor, 2 rerolls. That's a bit low, but again, like I said, he's had to replace the core over and over again. Every time he gets a bit of money, he's replacing things again. Now, let's take a look what happened during this game week here, and you'll see my point. Again, Bretonians, stand and deliver. The Bretonians find a key win right there, 1-0, and the Sovereign are in trouble now at this point here. Oh, you're really in trouble now at this point here. Meanwhile, 0 surprise there, as you can see there. 3-1 there. And believe it or not, this is where it got interesting. If you watch the cast there, Necro did the best despite Nuffle really teabagging his balls on his head most of the game. But he kind of fought, and you saw he got 2 kills, so maybe he's finally found the crack. Maybe. We'll see what the next few games show. And, of course, the Gozards. Yay! They found a way. 2-1. Good on you, lad. You finally got it. Meanwhile, Underworld back to the fucking drawing board yet again. And let's see how the leaderboard has shown up here. So, no surprise. Top of the league. Having a laugh. Pro Elves. Care surprise. I will say that repeatedly every time. And it's true there. Bretonians and Lizardmans, you have raised yourself up to the challenge here. Bravo, lads. Bravo. Yeah, you're right where you need to be. And both you're in leaping position here to maybe challenge for the top tier. Because now you're starting to think about that, going, yeah, you're in a fight. You're not going to give this up. You are not going to lose to the Pro Elves. Be determined, because face it, that matchup might be a preview of things to come, if you know what I mean. All right, meanwhile, the Necromantic. Okay, you stumbled. Shake it off. Everyone else in this league, with one fucking exception, has lost to him, so don't feel special and privileged by that. But you got kills in them, and you showed that you could recover and readjust there. So that was the measure of your coaching there. That, yes, it's a loss, but it's a loss with honours, they'd say. So you're going to get them next time, right? Promise me, you're going to get them next time. And now we have to talk about these two here. Sovereign. You know what's wrong with your team. You know what's going wrong with it there. You're going to have to go into the locker room, mop it up for the third time, and figure out what motivational speech you need to give your firm. Because game 3, must win. That's not negotiable. Must win. Why? Because Underworld's in the same boat as you are. Underworld's going to do exactly the same motivational speech, and their odds is maybe better than yours at this point. Maybe. Let's take a look at the schedule to see what looms for match week number 3. Well, there it is. Right there it is. Underworld and Sovereign. They must win game, both firms. And guess what? If you both tie, you both fuck yourselves. So that's all on you, lads. That's all on you. You've heard me say that one before. This is on you. Now, if Nuffle honestly shows up and cunts you, I'll be more than glad to argue on your behalf on that, alright? I always give a fair shake. Unfortunately, other leagues don't see it that way. Oh, you're being a pisser. No, you honestly suck. Anyway. Gozards versus Phantom Dodger Duelist. I'm going to love watching that game in there because, yep, like I said, they're still dominating, but finally the Lizards are right where they want to be. And they might be able to give them a good scare if they play this a good, solid game. It might be zip, 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 zip. This could be a crazy game of 4-3. Who's the 4? Well, tune in and find out there. Dead Pirate Roll No Skull versus Fen Request. Alright, this one's a tricky one there. It's anyone's ball game in there because both talented coaches in there and both are angling. Fen Request, they can smell it, they can taste it, they can see it. They could be number 1 in this division here because they've got faith in the Gozards. So, but as for Dead Pirate Roll No Skull, you had an off game. Alright. This is now where you have to prove your mental and come back from the one slightly off game, show what average dice rolls can do, and just rip the hell out of the peasants. Fortunately, the nobles have been stepping up to the plate, so, well, we will indeed see. Week 3. This division, Jordell, it's not decided. Alright, who's the last one? Oh god, it's these bastards. Oh, Morg Division, you are so much fun this season. You really are. Yeah, let's go and take a review of these beautiful teams here. Alright, Cemetery Gates by Ranoga here. And yes, this scooting, shambling undead team continues to just do the fucking business this season. Let's take a quick little review here. The Mummies, developing well. They've both got the guard. Another one's on the cusp of going up another level. Brilliantly done here. The Whites, he's got the blodge. Doesn't really care about them much. The Ghoul Friends. Oh, good God, the magic they continue to do here. This crew is why this team is accelerating all the way to the playoffs. I don't think anyone's going to slow them down anytime soon. Baldrick's down, no surprise. Feed him another turnip, and of course he's got dirty play. Well, of course he doesn't. Look at this. He's got 14 fucking players. So of course he's got dirty play at this point here because that's the skill. He doesn't need to buy kick. He should, but he doesn't need to buy it. 3 reroll, 7 factor, 2 assistant. What else is there to say about this team here? But this has become the team to be in this division. And none of you are doing it, are you? Well, at least not yet anyway. But that's week number 2 there. Sisters of the Leaf. Oh, we're going to have a discussion with you about this one here. What has gone wrong with this firm? Well, yes indeed, everything's gone wrong here. The Blitzers aren't getting anywhere. He's had to remember the first round he had to replace those ladies. Well, they're not doing anything, are they? And then, of course, the catchers, well, they've stopped producing, haven't they? They're not scoring. And, that's not even in the brothel they're not scoring. They're not scoring on the fucking field, are they? So that's become a bit of a problem. And then let's take a look here at the line team. And you're starting to see deeper and deeper where his problem is. Remember, he's had to replace the thrower with a substitute thrower who she's doing a great job, but she's become the sub-thrower. She's even had to buy kickoff return. It's crazy, but that's how this team's actually worked here. And then, of course, he's got plenty of blodges. He's got the blodge tackle with a movement decrease of all things. 3 re-rolls, 5 fan fact apothecary. And as you'll see later, as I'll talk about, he's in fucking trouble. All right, let's get a look at here. The other genius of the league here, T-Squared. Of course, the straight out of the underworld crew here. How's the troll working out with him? Is he kind of column A, column B? It's been interesting to watch there. And then it's all Storm Vermin, Jump Up, and the Mighty Blow. See, he's figuring out how to do the business with his firm here. The throwers, he's got the block on one, ready for the second skill up there. You know who the key is. And then, of course, yep, 2 heads, Wrestle. He's got great skills on the Skaven. And then, of course, the magic that happens when it works and Nuffle isn't an utter cunt. The Goblin crew. He has developed a magnificent Goblin crew, but as you can understand later on, as I'll talk about there, Nuffle is a cunt. And that's why he's not doing as well as he should be. But don't worry, he's got 3 more fucking games in hand here. 3 team rerolls, Apothecary, 7 fan factor. I still expect great things, all you lad. And then, of course, the most handsome man in the entire league, with or without cape. Let's be honest about it here. It's the Mice and Mim and Land on the counter and the gutters that just never stop here. Take a look at this firm. Shadow, Blodge, Sidestep, a magnificent player. All he needs now is the tackle, and he's level 4. Another level up here by his gutter runners. And of course, the 2 replacements. I don't blame him for the replacements. It's been a rough season. When you're scaving it out, it's a rough season, and God, the rats are going to deliver. This is the secret for why his team's doing so well, because in the hands of a brilliant coach like this is why it works. Kick. Look it up, lads. Study it. Embrace it. Love it. The other Skaven coach can definitely take notes in here. The Lion Rats don't care. They're doing what they're doing best here. And of course, Storm Vermin, well, he's back to basics again, isn't he? Look up how his season's gone so far. This is why he's back to basics again. 3 rerolls, 7 fact apothecary there. I still expect fantastic things here. I'm not saying he's the team to beat, but he's certainly the kingmaker of this entire league. And now we've got to talk about you, lad. I love you with all my heart. I really do. I see how strong a coach you really are, but Nuffle, what the fuck did you do to piss her off? That's all I need to know, so I don't fucking go and do it next week. Anyway, yep, Dallas Dead Boys here. Let's take a look at this Necro firm. Your werewolves, fantastic. I have no critiques whatsoever. They are developed fantastically. Your flesh golems, same explanation. Fantastic. Even has the Mighty Blow on one here. The whites, they both have to... Well, look at what division he's in. Of course they both got tackle. It makes sense. 2 dirty players. Is that overkill? You know, I don't think it is. But then, this is coming from me here. Maybe you should have bought... Oh, wait. There it is. There's kick. Never mind. It's fine. This is just fine. No, this is entirely... And he's even got a ghoul here. He's got the 1 ghoul with Blodge. 2 rerolls. Okay, maybe that's a problem, lad. Maybe you might want to invest on a 3rd reroll, or at least start getting a couple of extra zombies. You need padding because the dirty players are going to get ejected. Or maybe invest in a 2nd ghoul. Maybe. It's a big, huge, deep maybe there. But, like I said, whatever you did to Nuffle, apologize. That is the best recommendation I can give you. Alright, now, of course, yes, it's the Emperor himself there, Lord Panda, or Emperor Almighty there, and the Thunder Down Under, who, I didn't think I would say this, but you have been a very pleasant surprise in this division. A very entertaining surprise. Let's take a look at his firm. Well, you can tell it's Pandemanium unleashed here. Mighty blow, mighty blow, mighty blow. Even the piling on, he's got tackled. Yeah, you wonder who he's looking to have a bit of a fun with. He's gonna romp his stomp of the Amazons when he gets to them there. He's got the throwers. He's developing 2 of them there. Don't blame him, of course. He's got the one Blacklock and knows what he's done. The other one has no idea what the fuck he's doing. But it's got 13 players on the roster there. 3 team rerolls, 6 fan factor. And let's take a look how the week actually transpired. Because this is where we get to break it all down of how crazy it is. The Thunder Down Under. Is that a stolen win? You decide. You really decide on that one. 2-1 though over Underworld. They'll take it and they're going to be running with it there. Meanwhile, Mice and Men against Sister Leaf. 3-1. Lando, you did exactly what you expected of. You delivered. We love you. So does everybody else. The men love you. The women love you. The robots love you. And Sisters of Leaf, you've got work to do, lad. And then meanwhile, this was the game of the week out of this division there. Hard fought. Brilliantly battled by 2 of the most excellent coaches you've ever seen there, and it all came down to 1 or 2 positioning choices decided the game. 1-0 was your final result. It was 2. Watch the cast. It was absolutely fantastic. This has led to the leaderboard, as you can see here. Guess who's on top? Lando's on top, followed right by Panda. Is this going to stick? That's up to the coaches. I dare you to stay up there. I double fucking dare you. I will replace this entire rock gut with the finest scotch for the rest of the season if you can stay there. I swear, I absolutely will there. Cemetery Gates, you're back to your winning ways. Bravo, well done. I have high expectations of you there. T-Squared. Well, Panda happened. That's the best explanation in the game. I expect you to recover. No worries. Same thing goes for you there. You are not where you belong. 2 losses. You do not deserve either of those losses. I'll stand by. You can do better. And you know you can do better. You know, so it's not like I'm saying anything bad here. But like I said, find Nuffle in a pleasant corner. Give her some flowers. And apologize immediately for whatever you did to piss her off. Because 2 losses, it's clear Nuffle doesn't like you. Can you come back? Get into the middle of the pack. That's your goal. Don't aim to win the division. Get in the middle of the pack. Sisters of the Leaf, it's the same thing. However, so in your cases, it's a little less Nuffle and a little more positioning and choices. And your ladies are kind of saying, you need to take them shopping. You need to take them shopping. So maybe you better take these ladies out shopping because they're not delivering anymore, lad. So that's your choice. Let's take a look here what's going on in the latest schedule here. Well, this ought to be an interesting fight, shouldn't it be? The Thunder Down Under versus the Dallas Dead Boy. Look, Goat Boy is hungry for a win, and he's going to completely smite you. That is my promise. But this is Panda we're talking about. So we will see what actually transpires in that game. That's probably going to be the game to watch here. Cemetery Gates and Mice and Men. As according to the Scots challenge there, Mice and Men has to win this game because Cemetery Gates, they need the win. And they're going to come gunning for him there. Handsome and Bill Bexley speed prefer cunning plan and pounding. See which one wins that one there. And this is now the funniest game. This is the one that's going to be a must-see for this week here. Straight out of the Underworld, looking for a win versus Sisselhoff, a must-win game. Ooh, I'm putting my money on the Any Given Sunday team. I'm saying T-Squared has the genius and the brilliance to win that one. I'm sorry, Wolf Owl. I love you, but you're up against T-Squared. You've got your work ahead of you. Prove me wrong. I dare you. Anyway, let's see who we got review next year. I know it's one of you anyway. And now, of course, Griff Division, because what a fucking mess this division is. No, seriously, this is the division that's a total fucking mess. And that's because of the quality of the teams in there and the nature of all the teams, because somehow they all ended up in this one here. So, let's go and take a look here. First, these cunts, who continue to be, again, undefeated there. Yep, it is the Chorfs. Chorf number 1. Let's take a look. And notice a pattern here. Notice this extreme pattern here. Now, fortunately, one of the dirty players is now out for a game. Yay, but have you noticed the problem here? Strength 4 blodge now. Blodge with strength 4. Oh, you're just giving yourself more problems in this division here. 3 rerolls, 8 fan factor apothecary. This team means business, unfortunately. It's not the business you want to. It's the business that calls for fistings. Meanwhile, the Sand Destroyers here, the Kenry, doing their best here. Like they said, they've picked one hell of a division to be in, but maybe that's where they excel in because it gives them a fucking challenge here. Mighty Blow, Mighty Blow, Mighty Blow. He's finally got the guard of all the old Tomb Guardians there, so you know what he's trying to do, and don't blame him in this division here, but how effective is that going to be? Yeah, we will indeed see. He's got a blitz for the movement increase. Don't get me wrong. It's a brilliant, brilliant thing. It's what you really do need to have there. He's got the AG. Now he's got the blodge. Or the block anyway there. That's a good start with the AG. He's got the one dirty play. He's got the one crucial kick. 3 rerolls, 16 fan factor. The team's definitely going to pay it forward all the way here. And now the other chuff cunts. And, well, they're not having as good of a time, are they? As you can see here, 2 bull centaurs. One's got a skill, one doesn't have a skill here. And then, of course, his build of his chuffs is very different. A movement increase. Really? No, seriously, really? You better be using him as a free safety. That's all I'll say on that one there. And then, of course, you've got the 2 guards, only the 1 mighty blow. And then, of course, the poor beaten and downtrodden Hobgoblin crew. Kick and tackle. Well, he doesn't know what he's doing on this team, but that's fine. Sure hands, there's your ball carrier, the one with the movement increase. 3 rerolls, apothecary, fan factor. However, their performance been lackluster. Now the dwarves. Yep, there's dwarves in this film. Like I said, this is a really fucked up division. The dwarves have finally stepped up to the plate. They really indeed have. Let's take a look here at the Troll Slayers. One of them's finally got Mighty Blow. And look at all this beautiful guard. He has built this team to all work together. And they finally are starting to hold hands and work together here. He's even got the Fend here on the runner with the block. But you can see where his problems are starting. He is starting to get hurt. Fortunately, it's all in things he doesn't give 2 rats cobbers about. And meanwhile, 3 rerolls, a low 5 fan factor for this division. Will that come back to haunt him? Well, he's constantly having to hire replacement dwarves. Look at the money. He's saving it up for something. Maybe, and I hate to say this, he might be actually going for the Death Roller. Why? Well, in this division, it makes sense, doesn't it? I know, it's a crazy theory. Now let's go and take a look at the Norse there. The Norse are in a division where they can do very well here because, yes, they've got glass cannons, but they've got the bash and they've got the build Bexley speed to go with it. You can see here they've got the one Berserker. He's got the magic combination. Jump up, piling on, and of course the Mighty Blow. He's got one job. One. Of course, the throw of the AG. There's the dream come true. He's got the blodging there for the runner, so he's having a great old time. Now, as for the rest of the team, it's developing very well. It is indeed developing very well there. It's got all the nice little combination of skills. 3 rerolls. Here's his one problem. 3 fan factor. That is his only problem in this division there. Odds are he's going to lose every fan factor roll. He's just going to have to figure out a way to get around that. And, of course, the Dark Elves. And you wonder what they're doing here, the Dark Elves. They wanted to fight. That's why they're in this division. Let's take a look over view of the team here, because, yeah, they're starting to get a bit roughed up, but that's no surprises here. The fantastic Blitzer crew have all the skills they really need. They're all on the crux here, starting to get up to another good skill later on here. And like I said, they've got the 2. Now they're hoping they can survive to get the 3. The Witch Elves, finally, he's got the blodge on 1. That is the magic. And now you see he's had to get the 2nd runner. But that's because in his hands, he has a plan. And he's helping to make that one work. And then, of course, the Line Elves. Notice what's happened there. He used to have 3 Wood Elf slaves. 1 is left. The other 2, dead. They are gone. And now the other one's gotten crippled. So now you're starting to see what's going to happen to this team here. 3 rerolls, 6 fan factor. Let's see what actually happened last weekend. As you can see here, the Dark Elves and the Dwarfs. 1-1 tie. Absolute futility, as anyone can tell you on that game. It went back-ass backwards there. 2 injuries and casualties caused by the Dark Elves. All the passing was by the Chorse of all things. Weird game there. Kemry, they go and get themselves a surprising win there against the Norse. Norse are just going to have to buckle up and figure out a way to get back into it. And, of course, yep, that was the game. It was a must-win. Both firms. The Dwarves delivered. The Chorfs back to the fucking drawing board indeed here. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. The Dark Elves, the Kemry, and the Dwarves all in a dead tie. 1 win, 1 draw. And then, of course, right behind them, of course, is the Wankers. And they've got 2 straight draws. They haven't won a game yet. But here's the critical thing. They haven't lost a game all season either. Literally haven't lost a game all season. They're one of only 3 teams that can brag that. Meanwhile, going here, the other Chorfs, well, you can see their problem. They've eaten their first loss, and they're not too happy about that. And, of course, the Norse, you're going to have to aim to get into the middle of the pack. So it all comes down to your next 3 games. You can do it, lad. You can certainly do it, because you already know that this Chorf team has been having troubles there, so you can definitely get past him there. And there's no guarantee the other teams are going to keep it up here. So let's take a look here at the looming schedule here. The Kemry have drawn the Dark Elves. The Dark Elves know how to beat them. I've got confidence in you there, but do realise the Kemry are on a winning strut here. They haven't lost in a bit yet, so they're starting to feel a bit cocky. But I do expect the Dark Elves to excel on that one here. The battle of the 2 Chorfs. It has finally happened. The 2 Chorfs are going to go head-to-head. And whatever happens, as long as a Chorf dies, everybody wins. And now here it is. Norse versus Dwarves. I'm going to put my money on the Norse there because they're hungry for the win. The coach is hungry for the win there. And the Dwarves, they did finally get their act together. But it's all going to come down to, and I've said it before, Bill Bexley's speed here. The Norse have that in spades. The Dwarves, unless they come up with something creative in their hiring, might not have enough to do this, because the Norse have enough numbers. If they can keep the scrum up in their favour, and again, I stress to that coach, keep manoeuvring, keep moving, you can definitely win that one. So there's Griff in a nutshell. Let's go and sum this whole thing up then, shall we? So there you have it, summed up. What a hell of a week this was. We have teams in danger that we had no idea, but there you are. You've somehow gotten yourself into this mess. And yes, in some cases it's 100% nuffle, but the rest of it, you're going to have to step up. You really are, lads. Because I know from watching you for season after season, you're better than this. You can do better. So we're going to all believe in you. For the rest of you there, especially in Hooligan Division, it's not over till the fat Aveling dies. And you know which team he's on. Right. We'll see you all next week. Thank you all for your support. Nuffle, bless your dice.